Welcome to the best of the Anthony Cumia Show. 1 hour of highlights from this past week. Comedy, politics, current events, and pop culture. All completely uncensored.
There he is, Joe. How are you, sir?
Anthony, man, how are you?
All right, I'm muddling through, as they say. We have our monkey wrenches that get thrown into the machine of our lives every so often, and right now there's a loud clanging sound in my machine. So that's where I am, but
it's okay.
We'll get
I'm
through.
with you, brother.
Thank you, Joe. We will get through it. Joe, I'm sure you saw the president speaking about his executive actions on gun control. What did you think about it?
I think, Anthony, he's still crying a little bit. He teared up, and I don't know if it's finished yet. Look, I got one word, and it's a word you can relate to. Resist. It's time for the American people to resist against all of this crap. Think about this, Anthony. Since 1791, for the past 225 years, the American people have sold guns privately without any government interference. Mm-hmm. And along comes this guy with a pen, and he swipes all of that away. Resist. Just don't follow it.
Yeah, it's very hard. A lot of people are very scared because the government is the big scary monster that can put you in prison, tax you, audit you. They have a lot of weapons that they could use against you if you do try to resist. The least of which, though, that has an impact are labels. You know, we saw what's happening in Oregon. These are terrorists. These aren't people that are peacefully protesting, exercising their First and Second Amendment rights completely within the law. They are terrorists now. Label them terrorists. Yeah. So how are you supposed to resist when the power of the government and the media that they're able to use so effectively make you seem like the bad guy?
Well, look, Anthony, and you and I have talked about this. I think we're about 4 to 5 years into the Third American Revolution. It's going to take millions of us. You're right. You or I alone, the government will pick us off and go after us. But I think it's time for millions. I mean, what would Obama do if millions of gun owners all told him in unison to go jump? Is he going to go after millions of law-abiding gun owners? No. When we're together, we're strong. This happened in New York, I think, about last year. Everybody who had some sort of a so-called assault weapon, though they don't exist, had to report that in to the government. And hundreds of thousands of gun owners in New York just didn't report. And the government couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, if somebody is found to own a weapon that isn't registered now, they get screwed. So, I mean, and I understand, look, there's always going to be a risk in revolution and in resisting. It's just the government, hand in hand with the media, has been able to prevent people from getting past the starting line with any type of resistance.
Look, Anthony, it may be hard for some of your listeners to understand. I'm a former congressman, so this is a former congressman telling the American people, get up off of your ass, get off of the couch, disobey your government. But if we don't do that, Anthony, we're done. We're sunk. I mean, what Obama did today, Anthony, was he said anybody is a gun dealer. You want to give a gun to Uncle Harry on the other side of town, you are a gun dealer, you got to get licensed, and poor old Uncle Harry has to undergo a background check. Everybody. Don't do it.
Yeah, there doesn't seem, it's another one of these kind of one act is supposed to cover everything without any real thought put behind it. Exactly. If you have a relative, a friend that you want to give or sell a rifle to, you shouldn't have to spend months, if not years, getting a federal firearms dealer license, and all the money that's involved with that. And how is this going to prevent any of these tragedies from happening.
That's the beauty of all of this is it won't make a damn bit of difference. And Obama knows that because somebody had to have told him. I mean, he rattled off the names with great dramatic effect.
Oh, yeah.
Columbine and Fort Hood and Santa Barbara. Every one of these mass shooters passed a background check. All the guns were legally purchased. It won't make a damn bit of difference. Obama's been told that, Anthony. So why is he doing it? And I think you cut through the crap. He wants to do away with guns. He's coming after your guns. Whenever you or I or anybody says that, liberals roll their eyes and they laugh. But that's the truth here, because they know none of this will have an impact. They're coming after your guns, period. I wish they had the balls to say that.
No, they make a point of telling you they're not, which is the scariest thing to hear from somebody, because if somebody tells you so, but they want you to know that they're not coming for them. Yeah. Oh, boy, are they coming for them. That's exactly what they're doing.
So the background check, Anthony, then everybody has to undergo a background check. That's going to lead to a universal background check, which is what they want. That will lead to a gun registry, which is what they want. And look at France and some of these other countries. That will lead to confiscation, which is what they want.
It really is kind of getting their ducks in order to confiscate guns, if not all guns, certain types of guns at first, perhaps. When you do when a background check is done on you in this country, they hold on to that information for, I believe, 48 hours, is it?
Yeah.
It's not long, because there isn't supposed to be a record of who buys what gun. There isn't a record of that. They don't want that. They want a record of everybody who bought those guns, where they are. They want to be able to keep tabs, and that is definitely a prelude to confiscation.
And in fact, Anthony, they've done it before. When the background checks, the federal background checks were first put into place, the FBI asked for, and they were able to keep the records for 6 months until gun owners filed a suit and they had to back down. So this is clearly where they want to go.
Yeah. And again, I can't see this doing anything to prevent these shootings. Obama has said no other developed nation has this type of mass shootings that go on.
And you remember, I could be wrong, Anthony, but I think he said that for the first time a week after Paris.
Yes, a week after Paris. Where, again, he just blatantly lies when he's trying to get people to listen to his rambling. He said that. What is the reason besides the hardware? Why are there people in this country that are willing to go into a place and shoot it up? I think that's the bigger, more important question.
Well, and Anthony, it's a really tough thing for all of us to get our arms around. In a free society, baby, you have sick people and you have evil people.
Yes.
And they're always going to exist. And the government can't do anything to prevent evil from existing.
Right.
But there's like this liberal nirvana sort of sense where we can do away with evil. And step one is get rid of that gun. Well, look what happened in Las Vegas. I did not love what happened in Las Vegas 2 weeks ago. But a woman used an automobile as a weapon to kill and maim people.
Yeah, that's a heavy-duty weapon right there, and there's nothing you can do about that. Nothing you can do about that.
No. If somebody is so sick or so evil that they want to kill, they will kill. And it's not the gun. San Bernardino, these terrorists, that woman got into this country. How about doing something about that? And then Obama today, I herald in Chicago, Anthony. Obama today talked about these poor black kids being killed on the streets of Chicago every day. What he proposed today, it isn't going to do a thing about that.
No, not a thing at all. Those are all illegal guns.
Hello.
They're being used by people that have absolutely no respect for human life whatsoever, and it's the bulk of the murders that happen in this country yearly.
I can promise you, Anthony, that there was not one Chicago gang-banging thug listening to Barack Obama today.
Yeah.
Period.
Absolutely not.
That's just silly. You and I, law-abiding Americans listen, and that's who he's coming after.
Yeah, that's and again, I believe that law-abiding citizens that are armed are some of the best prevention against bad people with guns in public locations. To have an armed citizen there to respond until the cops get there, it's what this country is supposed to be about.
Every study, Anthony Cumia, backs up what you just said. Look, I know this is such a difficult thing for Americans to do because we got great lives and the Super Bowl's in a month and you got a hot date in a couple nights. And so you don't want to listen to this former congressman say it's time to resist. But I'm telling you what, if a country of people allows the government to come in and get their guns, they'll allow the government to do anything to them. Disobey. What are they going to do if 1 million law-abiding gun buyers and sellers just say no? What's the Obama administration going to do? They can't do anything.
Yeah, there isn't much they could do. And I think what we see going on in Oregon, too, proves how an armed demonstration makes its point. And they can't just be broken up and shoved away. No shooting is necessary.
No.
It's just this is how it is, and I think it punctuates what they want.
You and I have talked before. I think civil disobedience is upon us, but the civil disobedience we're going to see in the next 5 to 10 years is hardworking, tax-paying Americans. Look at Trump, who are pissed off at their government, and they're going to start saying no to their government. And this is an example, Anthony, of the government trying to infringe upon our God-given rights. It has everything to do with the Second Amendment. Did you hear what Obama said today? He was actually defensive, and he said, of course I believe in the Second Amendment. It's right there on that piece of paper.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I knew that was going to be – the second he said it, I went, oh, that's not going to bode well for him.
That paper underneath that desk over there.
Yeah, that piece of paper, that, whatever it is. Oh, right.
Couldn't even say Constitution.
He couldn't even say the Constitution. I went right when he said that. I knew there was going to be trouble.
You know,
going to be trouble. Let me introduce you. Of course, Joe DeVito is here also, Joe.
I think it's interesting. There's so many people who try and claim that the Second Amendment isn't for personal self-defense, and they try to cite the weird language used by when it says a well-regulated militia. Yeah. And then we see a militia in Oregon, and they completely lose their minds over that too. They just don't want any. I think they just don't like a person to have a gun. Yeah. It's not based on anything rational.
Joe, you're right. They don't like the gun. It's the gun.
And the kind of person. I think they have in their idea of a kind of person, and they just don't like them.
Because I think it's mostly they think white people. It's a bunch of white hillbillies. Yeah. A bunch of white hillbillies who like guns. Because, again, from Chicago, when black gangbangers are using guns, well, we need to understand what those poor black gangbangers are going through. But when it's these crazy white hillbilly militia guys, man, they're evil.
They're terrorists. They're evil. They're starting trouble. And then when you look in, like you said, Chicago, we have to look at poverty and there's problems and racism and stuff. It's not the gun then.
No, and that's where there is a form of genocide happening in those cities like Chicago, Detroit, all these cities that have strong gun laws.
Right.
Look, I don't think this is complicated. This is one issue of all of the public policy issues where the facts are all on our side. You can't find one gun-grabbing, gun control advocate who can cite any study that will show if you get rid of guns, the society is going to be safer.
No. They're all, by the way, some of the least educated people I've ever seen as far as gun laws go, and guns themselves, the simple mechanics of guns, how they work. Yeah. They know nothing. They don't want to know about guns. They just know that they don't want American citizens to have them. That seems to be
Anthony, those evil-looking assault weapons. Get rid of those. They're scary
They're
looking.
so evil. And meanwhile, mechanically, no different than any semi-automatic hunting rifle that you'd see made of wood, nice polished wood that looks like it could hang over your mantle. But it just looks mean.
It looks mean, and again, the facts are always on our side. Obama, he also desperately wants to reintroduce the assault weapon ban.
Yeah.
Again, the facts. Long barrel firearms account for less than 5% of all homicides in this country. But don't let that get in the way.
No, it's usually all about cheap pistols. Yeah. That's doing the brunt of the damage, and again in these a lot of gang violence. Those are the ones bringing the numbers way up. Suicides, of course, tragic, but you can't put that in the same category as a gang member shooting someone in Chicago. But they boost the numbers up, and then they try to focus it on these mass shooters who are predominantly white guys doing these the ones that really make the news. So it makes it seem like 30,000 white guys a year. There's 30,000 dead people because white guys are pulling out their assault weapons and shooting people.
I think that's also a math trick that they do that. I think that even with the mass shooters, the ethnic breakdown is pretty close to the United States.
Yes, it is.
Another way they mess with the numbers is they'll say guns are killing children. The way they inflate those numbers is to include anyone under the age of about 18 or 19 to be a child.
Right.
But if you're in a gang environment, it's the teenage males who are shooting each other. But they're not children like you think of a 7-year-old, but that's the way they inflate those
they
numbers. Love
screwing with statistics. Yeah. There was one I saw the other day. This one is great. Gun deaths have just bypassed automobile deaths in this country. And meanwhile, both of them have gone down over the years. Now, automobile safety has been amazing over the last couple of decades. It is so many less people are dying in automobile accidents from the technology that they're putting into these vehicles. So it doesn't mean that gun violence is going up. Like I said, they're both going down. But automobile deaths have gone down so much faster that once it passed that point, they were saying gun violence has surpassed automobile. It's a fake, false kind of lie.
With that line of thinking, that's almost like saying that means so we got to get those car crashes up.
Yeah. Let's bring those car crashes back to where they were.
But see, I get in a position where I get offended that I have to get down and even debate and justify why it's more efficient or safer to have guns around. I shouldn't even have to get into that kind of an argument because it's my God-given right. It's almost as we don't justify the existence of the First Amendment, but we have to prove that the Second Amendment works. I don't have to prove that. It's there.
I'm constantly being asked why. Why do you need a gun? Why do you do? It's like asking somebody, why do you have to speak here? Why do you have to go to this meeting and bring up this point? And
exactly,
you're right.
I mean, imagine, Anthony. Imagine if Obama came out today and went after the First Amendment. Imagine if he issued an executive order that said, in order to criticize Islam, you first have to undergo a background check.
Wow. Hey, there you go.
I mean, the American people would go ballistic.
It's exactly what he's done. Oh, there's some form of regulation that we need. Just stop it. It's not going to do anything. He's what do you think his goal is here? You think it's legacy? You think it's trying to push the Democrats for the November?
Well, what's interesting, Anthony, the politics here hate Democrats. Whenever Obama talks about guns, other Democrat elected officials get scared to death because they get hammered. They get absolutely destroyed.
That's true.
1994, they lost Congress because of the assault weapon ban.
Yeah.
In 2013, don't forget, after Newtown, it was Democrats in the Senate who said, don't touch gun control. This doesn't look. This guy's a selfish jagoff. All he cares about is himself, Anthony. And this will hurt Democrats, and it puts Hillary in a real tricky position.
Yeah. Well, unbelievable.
So, who knows? Resist. But let's hope the Republicans get some courage, and they can deny funding to even carry out this stuff.
Yeah, and this can all just be wiped away with a Republican in office day one.
With another pen.
Right, day one, they could just get rid of his little run around Congress.
Absolutely.
Very good. Joe, thanks so much. At Joe, the Joe Walsh Show, at Walsh Freedom, and of course, your show, Chicago, AM 560, The Answer, 5 to 7, each weeknight.
Love you, Anthony Cumia.
Thank you, sir. We'll talk to you soon, Joe.
See you, Joe.
It's the best of the Anthony Cumia Show. The Anthony Cumia Show airs live Monday through Thursday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern in glorious high-definition video, exclusively at anthonycumia.com.
This is the Legion of Skanks podcast. This is the Legion of Skanks podcast.
Here we go. Well, this is maybe another gift, guys. Please don't be broken.
Is this broken too?
Please don't be broken gift. I hope that's not the gift.
Can you not attack it like an 8-year-old who's never got a present before? Open quicker!
Dad, it's a handwritten card with a snowman with the Legion of Skanks face.
Please tell me you didn't let those ornaments break.
Oh, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen, guys. This is a Christmas card from this dude. And look.
Oh, it's his dick pic.
It's his dick pic.
What?
You ho-ho-homos. That's fantastic.
Oh, let me see. That's amazing.
Mary Dicksmith. That's phenomenal.
That guy's got a solid
Look
piece.
at his dick. Holy shit.
That must be uncircumcised, because that is smooth all around the head.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of skin down here.
No. I think it's all pulled up. I think the hat's covering the balloon knot, if you know what I mean.
No.
So, Dave, look at, there's no differential between the head where the head and the shaft meet.
Someone bring me my magnifying glass.
Yeah. Give me my reading glasses. What's it say at the bottom of it?
It says, we read on the interwebs that you guys like this kind of queer shit. Keep up the good work, fags.
Yes.
Allie and Gary.
Did you notice the...
Is there a picture of Allie's puss or something?
Wait, is this Allie and Gary? Like our friends, Allie and Gary?
I think he has a wart.
No, let me see.
Right there.
Look at that, dude.
Let me
He's
see.
got a warto.
Let me see.
Yeah, like right in the head.
Look, he's got a fucking wart.
Where?
Gare.
Look at Gary's wart.
I'm not going to call it
That's not a wart.
That's not a wart.
That's an angel kiss.
If I had that.
that's when an angel kisses your dick, you get a little one of those angel kisses on it. That's
like a Port wine stain.
An elf came and kissed.
Wait, isn't our friend Gary's wife named Allie? All right.
Is that Gary Vieter?
I was going to say. That's like, Dan, you saw the Legion of Skanks face on the snowman? Okay. That's pretty fucking
Big
cool.
Big J, Louis Gay Jomez, and Dave Libertarian Face Smith. Just wanted to show our appreciation for you guys and your show. We've been listening since episode 15 and loved every show since. Everything that is in the envelope was handmade by my wife, so enjoy, even the wart. Keep the shows coming, at least on iTunes. We don't watch the ones on the Cumia Network because we can't afford Anthony's highfalutin prices. It's $7 a month, guys. The amount of time you put into this card.
Considering what he needs for legal help, it's not bad.
Anthony Cumia does not stand by that joke.
I left my wife's number at the bottom of this letter, so feel free to give her a call if you guys like to say thank you or go fuck yourself or whatever.
Did you just give us your wife's number?
Happy holidays, guys.
That's a weird one.
Have
you heard this show?
Can we send her dick pics?
Can we prank her right now? And call her up and talk sexy to her?
Call his wife.
No, they're not on the Anthony Cumia Network.
Oh, yeah.
Jay, they can't afford to be watching live
and then,
right
listen,
now.
They're huge fans. I don't think they'll be mad. And then...
Could we have a girl say it's someone that's, like, fucking the guy? What's his name? Gary? It's like, is this fucking Gary's girlfriend? Yeah,
yes.
It's great.
Christine.
No, not Christine.
He gave me his warts.
This isn't Christine's game.
Listen to me. Does he have one wart right under the tip of his dick?
You should be like, he's uncircumcised, right?
Okay, tiny little angel kiss on the dickhead.
Christine should do it. It'll be hilarious.
Christine's not the person for this show.
Who else is a woman in the room?
Look around, motherfucker.
Omar, come on,
girl
step
right
up.
over here.
There's nobody volunteering. Rebecca, will you do it?
She will.
Yeah, Rebecca will do it.
Rebecca's always there.
Are we set up to do it, or we just got to do it through a cell phone? Plug a cell phone in. Okay.
So what are you asking Rebecca to do? Let's be clear with her mission.
Rebecca, you need to pretend that you're fucking Gary, and that you've been seeing him for a few months, and you just thought that she should know.
And then ride it out for a while. Say a bunch of things. Maybe get into an argument with her, and then tell her that
you've been skanked.
No. You say, and then you drop the thing. Yeah. Say how we do it. Howie Mandel's new show.
So
no. But I'm saying how you should drop it off. You should be like, it's like I've been seeing him for a couple years. Say. And blah 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 and all this stuff and how much you blow them and all kinds of nasty filth, and then at the end,
don't make it too obvious.
No,
That's
I know, but I'm
problem.
saying,
But
get to the point, and then you say that you've been watching Legion of Skanks, or you've been listening to Legion of Skanks with him since episode 14.
All right, that's perfect. But Rebecca, imagine you were trying to ruin a man, okay? Mm-hmm. What would you actually do in the process?
Besides posting his name on Facebook.
This will be on our new Netflix.
That's for the community.
You just make a Periscope where you slap yourself.
Joe!
This will all be part of our new Netflix series called Making a Philanderer. So,
all right. So listen, Rebecca, make
10 episodes.
Don't make
10
it
episodes.
Please do.
It's pretty intense.
Season 2? I don't know.
Listen, end with that. So you've been seeing him. Say you've been seeing him for like 6 months. Okay, and you just want.
Hello, is this Allison? I had to tell you. I've been seeing Gary for 6 months.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And you just wanted to.
Let's do it quick. So I'm starting to think it's a bad idea. So let's just fire it away and go.
Come on, we might ruin someone's life. Let's do this,
dude. Rebecca, I swear to God, if she kills herself, you get a free hoodie.
Free.
Just keep it real quick. Like, hey, this is Corinne. I've been seeing
Thanks
Gary.
for all the food and drink, by the way. But we'll get you a free hoodie if you pull this off.
Oh, okay. You know what? Technically, that might be paying someone to have someone murdered. So let's just say we'll get you a free hoodie no matter what.
Bonus if this girl kills herself.
Bonus if she kills herself, and if she doesn't, something might go wrong.
It's so much funnier if she kills herself.
Well, I'll be honest with you. If her spirit and constitution is as fragile as these ornaments, then you are going to kill this girl.
I don't know. Maybe she's strong like the Ding Dong one.
Let's see.
Ding Dong one.
That one has extra yang.
Hold on, we have to make sure here.
How do we make it not sound like I'm on the phone or like I'm on a microphone?
No, you won't be. You'll be.
Give you a mic to talk into, so it goes through the recording.
Hold on, this isn't. I don't hear anything.
I'm gonna.
Can we just post her number?
Today we have
Yeah.
Yo Gabba Gabba.
Are you just listening to Yo Gabba Gabba?
Well, it's my son watches.
Yeah, right.
Take a look
Wait,
at
I don't understand. Why are you putting?
You haven't seen him in weeks. You were watching that yesterday. Either this, it's either this, or we should post her number on our show and just have everyone call her.
No, don't.
And say they've been
Jay.
fucking her boyfriend.
Jay, for the love of God, that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Can you stop bringing so many hot ideas to the show?
Sorry. Well, I want to get them all out before I'm gone.
When did they send us?
Somebody's making a legacy.
It's not even the bonfire that killed the show. It was Jay Stroke.
That killed 3 shows.
How sad is the little glass case with mittens in it going to be?
Just twirling.
There's a problem. The bonfire is going to live on because Dan Soder does a great Big J Stroke impression.
Oh, he's so good at it. He's been working on it.
It'll be
for
the
weeks.
bonfire. It'll be like the first episode. It'll be like a soap opera. They'll be like the part of Big J Okerson is now being played by Zac Amico, and then it'll just be the bonfire.
Oh,
Legion of Skanks will never be the same.
that replaceable.
No, not on this show.
All right, Rebecca, talk into.
I'm just talking about Soder's heat.
Just talking to Zach's mic at the same time.
Yeah.
She can hold it.
Or do you want to come over here? Do you want to come on this side?
Is this Allie? You've been banging Gary.
Okay, guys, listen to me in the room. Do not fuck this up.
Cannot laugh.
And if they fuck it up, Rebecca, you have to say, "Hey, listen, I'm doing this in front of a lot of my friends. We all think you're an idiot."
Yeah, we're all laughing at you right now. There's a whole bunch of us here who fucked Gary.
Gary's dick is awesome.
I don't think Rebecca's ready to do this.
Rebecca, are you having second
take
thoughts?
a deep breath.
Are you having second thoughts?
Rebecca's having second thoughts now.
Rebecca, come on. It'll be funny. She's a fan of the show. She'll love it.
Lewis, why don't you just go and say you've been fucking Gary? Equally as funny.
All right, listen, I know you've been
having
watching
a
our
gay
show
relationship
since...
with him. I don't know how to tell you this, but
Just call her, bitch, I'm right outside of your house.
yeah. Scare the shit out of her.
I'm coming in. Call the cops.
We're going the absolute distance on this.
Okay, you know what, guys?
If you don't kill the president, I will murder your mother. She's right here.
Okay, I'm going to...
That's enough, bitch.
I'm going to take a step back and say let's not threaten violence on anybody who's...
Right, let's threaten the president
Dude,
publicly.
This is so much better. This is becoming better as we're threatening violence.
Lewis is taking a bomb on a plane tomorrow. I wouldn't make that joke about Omar. Too brown.
Rebecca, we're going to let her know it's a prank. It's fine. Stop making a face.
All right,
Rebecca, this is everything now is just killing time before I get back to Making a Murder on Netflix. So just please.
Give me headphones. I gotta be able to hear.
Wait, oh yeah, headphones. Sorry.
Free Avery.
Well, I need headphones.
Zach, give me yours.
Here it is. I'm dialing. It's dialing right now. It's going. Shh. Everyone, shh. It's Allison. Oh my God, it's ringing. You're fucking her husband. No, it doesn't go through the system, dick face fucking producer that doesn't know what he's doing.
Hello? Hi, is this Allison?
Yes.
Do you know a guy named Gary?
Yes.
So he's my boyfriend, and I don't understand why your number keeps coming up on his phone over and over again.
What?
I don't understand why your number keeps coming up on his phone over and over again, and every time I ask him, he just goes blank and changes the subject, and who are you?
Who are you?
My name is Rebecca.
What do you mean, my number keeps coming up on whose phone?
On Gary's phone.
He doesn't have a phone. What last name does he have? Okay, he doesn't have a phone.
Yeah, he does.
I'm his fucking wife. I think I would know.
Oh my God, you're his what?
Somebody named Rebecca who's got a New York phone number says
What
she's
are
your
you
girlfriend
talking
and is
about?
wondering why my number keeps coming up.
Tell him it's Rebecca, the girl that's been watching Legion of Skanks with him since episode 14.
Something about watching Legion. Wait, say that again? Oh. It's fucking Legion of Skanks. No, now I hear fucking Lewis laughing at goddamn horse laugh. Now I
That could not have worked better. Rebecca Trent, everybody. That was just, oh my God, flawlessly nailed.
Allison. Thank Allison for our gifts.
Thank you, Allison, for the Christmas ornaments. We didn't get them in time for Christmas, but we love them.
Yeah, we noticed.
Allison, thank you. We're sorry. We I don't know. We wanted to do something hilarious with you, so hopefully that wasn't too painful.
Allison, if we were any
Oh,
smart...
no. I'm just sitting here going, what the fuck? Who the hell is drunk?
Allison, by the way, if we were any smarter, Allison, we would have realized that the reason he gave us your number is because he probably doesn't have a phone.
Yeah, he's one of those off the grid. Who the hell do I have to call kind of people?
Oh shit!
Wow, that was crazy. That was really.
Is he
good,
related
though.
to Steve Avery and making him?
I'm sorry it didn't work out better.
Oh no, that was good.
That was perfect.
Oh
What are you
no,
talking
no,
about,
you were
Allison?
pretty wound up, Allison. It was great.
Yeah, we could tell. There was a little party that was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
My whole life is crumbling from one phone call.
Oh shit!
I'm saying like fucking New York. Who the hell is calling?
Allison, do me a favor. Will you please shoot us an email? We'll send you guys a couple T-shirts.
Sure.
Yeah, please. LegionofSkanks@gmail.com. Shoot us an email, and we'll take care of you guys.
All right. Did you like the card?
We love the card.
We love the card.
Is that his dick?
Yes, it is.
Does he have a wart?
What?
Does he have a wart on the underside of his dick?
Or is it just an angel kiss?
Right
No, he had to Photoshop my hand out.
Oh.
He had to crop it so that was part of my hand.
So
If I'm being honest,
that wart's from somewhere else, and they had to Photoshop it and layer it over your hand.
Are you jerking off your husband with warty hands?
No, I have a mole on my thumb.
Is the wart the reason he's off the grid?
That's probably not the reason.
If you kiss his dick, does it become a prince?
Definitely not.
If you lick the bottom, do you get like crazy hallucinogenic stone?
I don't know. I'll try and get the bottom next time.
Cool. Send us that in another card.
All right, listen. Allison, thank you so much for being a good
Thank you,
sport. We'll talk to you
Allison.
later.
The Anthony Cumia Show.
This is the best of the Gavin McInnes Show.
So something funny happened. I think it was last night or the night before. This guy who calls himself Saint Negro decided to make a fake account of Ammon Bundy. And it was very believable. Now, if I was writing about it, I would verify that I got the right guy, maybe DM him or something. But no, Sean King was too eager to catch Ammon Bundy fucking up. Sean King being the personification of white ethno-masochism. We hate ourselves. And if American Indians want to take over Alcatraz, that's fucking awesome. If Eric Holder wants to take over some school, as he did when he was in college, some school building, room, I think. Maybe it was a building. That fucking rules. The Black Panthers want to take something over, that's awesome. As soon as white people do it, especially if they're not well-dressed, the Hammonds over in Burns, Oregon, don't have cool outfits on. They don't have little berets on, and they don't have black leather jackets. They have a fleece and some comfy boots. That's not appealing to us because we don't like white people. So that's why we're getting Y'all Qaeda and all this stuff. We just can't wait to jump down their throats. And the case is so cut and dry up there. It's yet another example of the government fucking with farmers and ranchers. The Bundy thing was egregious. You can't graze here because the desert tortoise doesn't like it. Fuck you. And we hear about these guys. There's a guy, he's facing $75,000 a day from the EPA for draining wetlands. No one does better for wetlands and marshes than private industry, than hunters. Ducks Unlimited, you need hunters to save ducks because they like to have that area so they can fucking hunt in it. The government fucks it up every time. So when you see these people fighting, you go, awesome. I don't care if they don't have leather pants on and they look like they're in the Runaways. This is really cool. Someone is standing up, fighting the government. But no, they look like my mom and my dad. And my mom and dad are mad at me for getting a liberal arts degree and going $120,000 in debt to learn philosophy of religion. So I hate anything that represents mom and dad because that represents my conscience and what a fucking loser I am. And that depresses me. So I'm just going to negate their value and say fuck them. And now I feel better about myself. I call them stupid white people. And you'll notice that in Gawker. It's always like, here white people go again. You go, oh, are you an African immigrant? And then you click on their picture. No, middle-class white person, often from the South, probably got bullied. Anyway, so this guy starts this account, and he pretends to be Ammon Bundy, who is the son of Cliven Bundy, who went to Burns, Oregon to start this militia thing, this dude. And he decides to, this joker calls himself Rosa Parks. You get it? So it's Saint Negro pretending to be Ammon Bundy, saying, I'm basically Rosa Parks. Sean King ejaculates spontaneously, and from 1 to 5 a.m. pens this little ditty for the Daily News, which is not the New York Post. The Daily News says undocumented worker and they hate guns. They're basically the black blue-collar magazine. They're very into racism and shit like that. They look like they look like the New York Post, but the New York Post is much more like the Daily Mirror, and the Daily News is much more like a layman's New York Times. Anyway, we got this guy on the phone, but wait. Sorry, let me explain more. Show that Twitchy link. So he does this whole article about how, hey, Ammon Bundy. He has a boner as he writes this. By the way, Sean King isn't black. That's what I mean when I say he personifies this love of blackness that we all have and this hatred of whiteness. He actually reversed his race. He's so ashamed of being white. So he writes this whole thing saying a pencil is not an orange, a battery is not an eyelash or whatever. And he explains to Ammon Bundy that you are not Rosa Parks. If you scroll down, you can see the Facebook post. I think Michael Moynihan linked it. It's towards the bottom. Yeah, it's when Andy Levy and Moynihan are talking. Keep going. Hold on. Blah, blah, blah. Keep going. You'll see that Moynihan links to a Facebook post. There you go. Is that it? Is that the Facebook post? Okay, go to the top of the Facebook post and then let me read that. Repost from Sean King.
My open letter to armed white militiamen who compare themselves to Rosa Parks. You can just read how thrilled he is that a white militiaman fucked up. And I also noticed on Mediaite, Tommy Christopher was saying, Megyn Kelly totally destroys Eamon Bundy with one look. Like, they just can't wait to fry this guy. And no, she didn't totally destroy him. Dear Eamon Bundy, an apple's not a doorknob, a football's not a computer, a pencil is not a telephone. Last night at exactly 1:12 a.m., you wrote what appears to be, to the intelligent eye, a sleep tweet. You must have rolled over on your phone in your sleeping bag. I know it's below freezing. He just enjoys that this fucking dude is freezing cold at night. Anyway, it wasn't Eamon Bundy. It was our friend Saint Negro. I say he's my friend, but I've only heard of him yesterday. So then the Daily News, like the Washington Post, took the bait too, but they quickly apologized and put a disclaimer at the top saying we're fucking losers. They're also very open borders, by the way, the Post. They're sort of the Daily News of the financial world. And the Daily News, what they did was they changed the article after they found out they got hoodwinked and left it up with no disclaimer, no nothing. And they thought they got away with it. And they would have if it wasn't for Shakundala Ambrose. I don't know if she's pro or against Sean King. She's clearly acting against him no matter what her intentions are. Okay, so let's go back now to that Twitchy thing and see that what the Daily News, how the Daily News changed it. And now the Daily News, now Sean King changes his headline to something like, the idea of Eamon Bundy being compared to Rosa Parks is insane. Yeah, dude, that's why it was used in a prank, you fucking tard. So it's an Eamon Bundy tweet. It's not a tweet from Eamon Bundy now. And then if you scroll down to that part about the sleeping bag where you did a sleep tweet, he's changed it to saying, you or whoever was pretending to be you. I mean, this really is, the journalism is fucking completely dead. You or someone masquerading as you can just add that into your article now with no explanation. And so you just cross your fingers and hope no one notices. And the scary part is he's going to get away with it. I mean, this guy has already been disavowed from the Black Lives Matter movement, not just for being white, but for stealing fucking money. And it still goes. Mattress Girl's still going strong. She's probably going to get some fucking job at the UN. We're doing the same thing as Rosa Parks did. We're standing up against bad laws which dehumanize us and destroy our freedom. The funny thing about a lot of these fake Eamon Bundy quotes is they're all pretty reasonable. In fact, I agree with him. He is like Rosa Parks. And by the way, Rosa Parks, there's a whole story behind that where they chose someone else first and she was too lippy and she was swearing too much, so they just grabbed Rosa Parks. And the whole thing was a completely staged event. And I'm not farting, I'm moving on a leather chair. And this is, it's not staged, but in a sense, it's a very well-planned thing where the actual perps have already turned themselves in. So Eamon Bundy has gone above and beyond the call of the Hammonds, as he should. Saint Negro, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
You know, I was just going through your fake Eamon Bundy account, and I agree with all of them, including the Rosa Parks one.
I do, too. That's why I wrote that statement, or that tweet.
Yeah. Isn't it annoying? And I was talking to Larry the Cable Guy last night, of all people, about this. Isn't it annoying how quick Northerners, Madison, Wisconsinites, Californians, liberals, New Yorkers, that sort of group, isn't it annoying how quick they are to jump down the throat of anything when it looks like it might be kind of rednecky?
Yes, it's very annoying. They just want to scream racism without even thinking or looking at the facts or even rationalizing anything, you know.
This couldn't have less to do with race. It's about ranchers not having access to their land. This was land that was irrigated by ranchers and then taken over from the government. I wouldn't be surprised if the Hammonds have never met a black person.
Exactly. Well, actually, I think Cleveland, the dad actually has black bodyguards, but yet they call them racists and white supremacists. But they do have blacks that work for them.
And he needs bodyguards?
I think since they had a lot of problem with the federal government, that the dad does have bodyguards. Yeah, I had read that when I was doing a lot of research before I started, or right when I started that account. I did a lot of research on them so I could make it look real. and hell, I didn't know it was going to turn into what it turned into.
You tricked the whole world.
National media. I didn't. Yeah, basically, I fooled the whole world. I didn't know that CNN was going to cover every tweet live that I would send out, and now there is no coverage of anything on Oregon on the national media since the account had been exposed as being fake. And even one of the reporters even told me after it was fake that Amon Bundy himself thought I was doing a great job with it.
Oh yeah, I saw you
showing the account.
I saw you tweet that he's actually pretty happy with the way things are going.
Yeah, and now that the account is known to be a fake, there is no coverage of it anymore on any national media.
Because they're scared of being ridiculed again.
Yeah, exactly. And it's it was just amazing how it took off and how I fooled everybody. I was doing interviews as him with all the way with the BBC, the CBC in Canada. Al Jazeera Network contacted me. It was just crazy.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm not caught up here. So not only did they run with this fake tweet, but they were calling you on the phone and you were doing talking interviews as Amon Bundy.
I was doing them through DMs. I wouldn't give out my number to them. But I was doing them through DMs on Twitter or emails.
You know, sometimes pranks bother me when you're calling some pizza place and you can tell it's just some zit-faced teen who wants to get back to work and you're just wasting his time. That's an annoying prank. This is beautiful satire because it exposes the media class and how fucking racist they are towards whites and classes too. Poor white people or working class white people. The Hammonds are probably middle class, but middle class and below white people are human garbage to the mainstream media, and they cannot wait for them to fuck up so they can jump down their throats.
Exactly, and not one person in the media asked to verify it. Even the media people that were on site there that were talking to me didn't have enough sense to go ask Bundy himself if that was him.
He's right there.
Now, that's fucking ignorant. That's fucking ignorant on their part.
That's amazing. So what did Al Jazeera ask you?
Just different things about the standoff, and I just basically was just saying it was over land rights and stuff. I kind of stayed away from them. I don't really care for those people.
No.
But a lot of they were just asking just different things, and I was just making up stuff, saying that we weren't going to leave until their land transfers were done to the local people and all this, and they were just running with it. I could have told them anything, and they would have ran with it.
You know, it reminds me of Duck. You remember with Duck Dynasty? Sorry, you remember with Duck Dynasty? They found those pictures of them when they were in their 20s, and they were all had blonde hair, and they were doing like Sears portraits for Christmas cards and shit. And there's nothing more redneck than your wife making you go to fucking Kmart and get your photos done with the family with bare feet and fucking some peach-colored top. But they I talked to people in Britain. They're like, "Oh yeah, Duck Dynasty. That was exposed as a complete fraud. That's over." And you'll go, "No, fuckface. They just took pictures." His dad did eat frogs his whole fucking life, but they just they want to discredit it so bad, and so many people are jumping on this bandwagon and trying to make it about Ferguson and Black Lives Matter and Sean King.
Those people! Sean King hates me. That guy, don't even get me going on that son of a bitch there. I was baiting him the whole time, and the Rosa Parks tweet was to bait him to write an article. That whole tweet was to set him off, but all the death threats I was getting from Black Lives Matter people over that tweet and over that account. But of course, I was the racist, or quote, Bundy was the racist one because they didn't know it was me on the account at the time. But yet, all the racist names I was getting called on that account and all the death threats, hoping that I would get bombed, blown up. Montel Williams was wishing that they would just blow us all up.
Really?
He would, yes.
Unbelievable.
It was amazing.
The government, we have to end capitalism. The government has to be taken down. We got to rip apart this racist infrastructure, this racist power structure. With the cops, we need to get rid of the cops. Society has to be destroyed when it's Ferguson. But then when a few farmers, a few ranchers say, actually, I've had enough. We're the last family in Burns, Oregon to stand up to you people. We're drawing a line in the sand. Then it's, hey, they're blaspheming the government. They're breaking the law. Go get them.
Exactly. And the county that they're in is larger than 7 states, and it only has 7,000 people. They're not endangering anybody there. They're out in the middle of nowhere.
Nature can take it.
They're not burning CVS's down. They're not destroying people's businesses. They're not terrorizing citizens like they did in Baltimore and Ferguson.
Well, when they were burning CVS's, we were told we need to give them this room to riot. Now, these guys haven't done anything, and we have to not only give them no room, but blow them up.
God, I don't know how many people tweeted at me that they hope they send in drones and just blow us up. I'm like, holy shit, y'all are so damn double standards here. Even Montel Williams had made a tweet about sending in drones and blowing us up.
Because the Hammonds are in, or the Bundys are in an abandoned fucking federal building in the middle of nowhere. You need to die for that.
Yeah.
Insane. All right. Well, thanks for your excellent work, and thank you for once again humiliating the perpetual loser, Sean King.
Yes, that son of a bitch. Yes. That you're very welcome, and I'm going to keep embarrassing him every time I get a chance, because that's what I live for on Twitter.
Thank you, buddy.
All right. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
It's the best of the Anthony Cumia Show. 1 hour of what you missed this week because you're too damn cheap to pay for it.
So we have in the Frid Zone some Bobby Shmurda news. I think. Hey, Frid, how you doing? Where you at?
Hey, Pat. I'm here, Pat, Mandy.
Hey, Frid Zone.
Joe.
Yeah.
Here I am, live in the Frid Zone. Here we are. It's as you can see, it's pretty
nice.
It's big.
Where is it?
It's a big. I went through a lot of halls and tunnels, and here I am in this abandoned Sports Center studio.
Nice.
And it's wonderful to be here in the Frid Zone. Bobby Shmurda is in the news, as you might remember, if you were into rap music in 2013. That was he had a big song that I can't say. I cannot say the title of, but you can infer it's hot, and then cut out, please, right now. Don't make me say this word, but
we're among friends. It's okay.
I'm among white friends, I think. I haven't seen anyone in like half an hour. Don't
worry about it.
Like what is this place? Like why? Anyway, Bobby Shmurda was involved in gun trafficking and also several gang-related hits. Not of the music variety, of the killing people variety. There was a person he was associated with also killed a man and then performed at the Barclays Center later that day in the same clothes that he murdered a man in. Rowdy Rebel was his name, which must have been confusing. It was a charity basketball event, which you cannot have blood on your uniform for the court, so that is a problem. There's quite a bit of stoppage of play in that charity game. That gentleman went away.
Did I get this right though? That you said he killed a man and then he performed in the same clothes.
In the same, yes,
he killed a man.
Yes, Pat.
The word you're looking for is authenticity.
Right, that's true.
Right, yeah.
That's true. He's bringing the street to the stage. He truly is. In
24 shootings that they're linked to.
They're linked, to 24. It sounds like Rowdy Rebel is really the person to blame for all of this. Anything to get Bobby Shmurda out of jail and making more one-hit wonders would be great to do. But Rowdy Rebel, actually, they hid a gun in a hotel in the city he lives in. So this guy deserved to get arrested, is all I can say. They're bad people. It had the whole whole Frid Zone buzzing today, which also might have been the lights. I don't. They make a weird sound. Can you guys? Is that coming through on my mic? It is. It's really kind of unpleasant to be in here. I got to be honest.
Gosh, I'm terribly sorry about that. The Frid Zone looks like such a nice place. Now, did we have a photo of Schmurda's lawyer. Schmurda's lawyer, Columbo, said one more thing. He says they're being targeted because the government hates rappers.
Yes, that was an interesting development. It might have something to do with these guys running around and murdering people, and then leaving clues in hotel rooms, like some sort of rap Riddler or something. But I don't really the scavenger hunt that they have led the cops around the city on, and then bragging about shooting people. There were some interesting clues in Bobby Shmurda's debut video. Can we go to the tape? Okay, all right.
Thanks, Nate. We'll look to that. It's in God's hands now, as Shmurda's mother said, and we'll get back to you. Thanks, Nate Fridson in the Frid Zone. Yeah,
hey, thanks,
take care there.
Pat.
Okay. Anti-Muslim hate crimes down in 2015 by 43% citywide, from 23 to 14. These are statistically insignificant numbers. As of November 15th, less than 5% of the total reported hate crimes were Muslim-related. So potential Muslim hate crime hysteria actually up 6,000%. So Islamophobia is down. However, Islamophobia is up. Also in hate crime, a student was punched in the face at Medgar Evers College in Flatbush. 27-year-old student was in the hall talking with classmates when someone passing by bumped his shoulder. That never happens in a hallway. The student turned around and, according to the New York Post, tapped him with an umbrella. The suspect said, "You don't know me," and then punched the student on the left side of his face and chest. The student asked, "Why are you doing this?" The suspect replied, "I don't like white people and Jewish people." Well, who the fuck does? They're the worst. The student was both white and Jewish, making it a double hate crime. Let's go back to Nate Fridson in the Frid Zone to talk about this. Senior Jew correspondent Nate Fridson, and he's still there in the Frid Zone. Nate, can we get to the Frid Zone?
Hey, Pat, still here in the Frid Zone. As you could see, some things are not going well here. I mean, it would be... I don't know. I would assign a technician or something to be here with me.
We don't have budget for that.
On camera.
Yeah.
Really don't know anything about production.
Just flip the switch. And
hate crime. You want to do it in a building named after Medgar Evers? Why not? I mean, that's. I mean, where else is where is there a more appropriate place? Really?
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I don't believe any of this actually happened. I don't believe somebody getting punched in the face would yell, "Why are you doing this?" And the guy would respond with a thesis statement. I just don't see that. I want to believe the Jew here, but I think I'm going to believe he fell down a flight of stairs. I'm going to be honest. That is
the saying, right? Believe the Jew.
You do want to.
He did complain of pain to his left jaw, but he refused medical attention.
Mm-hmm.
Typical.
Yep. You want to keep it in house. You want to keep that he has a That's one thing we're still not giving up. Jews were once doctors, and we will always be. I will say, though, as far as BFJ or GFJ goes, bad for Jews or good for Jews, this is 100% good for Jews.
Really? Why?
Yes, absolutely. Anytime that a hate crime happens and somebody separates Jews from white people, even though it's a Jew getting hit in the face, I guarantee every Jew who read this story was like, yes. Just something to make us other is always appreciated in the community.
I like it. Yeah, well, no one's in custody. But it is investigated as a hate crime. So Jew lives matter. You're saying?
I mean, they do. I thought they did, and then I was assigned to this place, and I don't know why I can't just be in the studio with you. I put on a tie for this.
We gave you a whole zone, Nate.
Don't give me. I appreciate the zone. I just
Well, we'll come back to you. Don't worry, it's fine.
Kind of cold in here.
The Anthony Cumia Show. Now we're talking uncensored. If you like what you hear, visit AnthonyCumia.com for subscription information and show details. And never miss a minute of fully archived shows available at any time in streaming HD video or audio download.